Hello Pisces, welcome to the Mala Universe. We are Velastri. Thank you so much for joining us. This is for the Sun sign of Pisces, and Pisces, this is your Taurus season reading for 2023. Beautiful Pisces, Taurus is second house energy, so that is your security, your structure, your stability, your safety, your resources, that earth energy, your foundation energy. Venus governs Taurus, and Venus is aligned with relationships. With the Taurus frequency, it's really then the core basis, the foundation of relationships. So Pisces, let us see what is coming through for you this Taurus season. By the book. Companionship. Ooh, look at all these elephants. Beautiful. Very synchronistic here. And all to do with people, relationships, and so far. We feel a very strong healing when it comes to dealings with people, Pisces. Indecision, yes. Okay. Pisces, you are calling in quite a high frequency of companionship and energies. You heal mostly through relationships, okay? That is your biggest lesson. Your lessons and your healing and your learning is done through relationships, primarily in this physical reality, Pisces. That is where you've done the most growth, in how you relate with people, how you treat people, how people treat you, what kind of relationships you want, releasing toxic relationships, aligning with relationships that are which are a higher frequency. You really learn through relationships. You find relationships they're a learning device. They're a mirror. They reflect where you are. They reflect how you be. Companionships, and you enjoy it. You really do enjoy people, and in the unawakened frequencies, you are around a lot of people who didn't serve you well, and so you've cleansed and released, and now you're in a space where you are really only open to relationships of a certain degree and caliber, where you are intimate, and where you feel safe and secure. This elephant frequency, safe, secure, where you feel solid. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. And complete presence here means presence, not attention, but rather presence as in source. Being completely at source is an astonishing gift. And that is where you are now. And that is the only relationships you are willing or interested in experiencing and engaging in any term which is stable. So right now, as you navigate the earth, you might be meeting and co-creating with people who are not really completely within source. And yes, for that moment, should that moment be inspired, you'll engage. But even if they want to spend more time with you because your energy is so beautiful, you're not interested in planting roots there, because you know it's fleeting, it's not stable, they're not within source. So you're still keeping your barriers up, or you're still keeping yourself, you'll engage for that moment. As soon as that moment's done, you are happy to go, regardless of how much they might want to spend more time with you. You really know you keep them at bay, because you understand it's great for now, but you're not creating from source. I can feel the potential of you should you create from source, but right now you're still creating from the mind, from logic, from fear, from this and that. So can't really engage in a space to create a solid friendship where we feel, or companionship or relationship or familyship, whatever it might be, where you feel safe and secure and stable to really let all your walls down and be vulnerable. For you know they're not creating from complete presence. They're still creating from the illusion, from the conditioned emotions, conditioned love, where there is a loophole, there's a catch to that which they do, to that which they be. So you have expanded to this frequency where you are ready now to connect with beings and people at this space. And so right now during Taurus season, you are really experiencing, because remember we learn, Pisces, you learn very much through how relationships are, the Piscean frequency. You learn through how all the signs do, but it's really, you learn quite a bit through relationships, Pisces. And so now during this Taurus season, you are, let us see, yes, you are engaging with people where you are completely at presence and you are not shifting from there. And that is what we mean by the book. You are not shifting from source, no matter how you are engaging with people in your experience, whether it be people who you are, your family, whether it is your colleagues, whether it is strangers. You are remaining in your frequency. That is why it comes through. No matter how much they might be trying, or no matter what they're doing, you're just remaining at this presence, observing and learning, but you're not going to shift from that complete presence space. No matter how alluring or how tempting the invitation or the experience is. So if you're invited to go somewhere but your intuition is like, I know if I go there it just doesn't align with me or how I feel, it's just, I'm just receiving a no, because I understand that people there, as much as they love and we do not judge them, they're just not centered, they haven't done the work, they haven't done the place to be there. So if I go to that place, I'll have to now engage in conversations I don't want to engage in. I'll have to engage in experiences I don't really want to engage in, that I've outgrown. I'll probably be just this quiet one sitting at the back observing, because I don't really want to engage in these energies. And it's also saying that is why you'd rather just say no, because whether you are there or not, you're going to be doing things by the book. You're not going to engage in energies that don't align with you. You are really just wanting complete presence. And so even if you feel an invitation and something says yes, you'll remain within your frequency of complete presence, and maybe there'll be somebody there you engage with. Wow, so now you're connecting with this person, and then as soon as that connection is gone, you feel, I'm ready to go. So you might be there for maybe an hour, and then you're done, while maybe the event is still only beginning, but you understand, this is why I came here, this is why I was called for this one person. Now it's done, I no longer resonate, then you leave again. Because you are so aligned to co-creations and experiences which are really through source. Anything else no longer appeals to you. Anything else is no longer intriguing. It's almost boring, and it's not because you're judging it again. It's you're no longer interested in learning those lessons and going through that drama and having those experiences, because it's you've been through it so many times and it no longer aligns. You've already healed that frequency. So Source is really asking you through Taurus season to be aware of your intuitive frequency when dealing with people, especially relationships, to remain present and observe. Okay, you're going to be having a lot of people maybe treating you differently, or being strangers being very open and very, just a lot of beautiful love and everything, because you are that frequency that attracts it. And you're now no longer just that people pleasing, engaging in it, just holding space and being pleasant, but you can also just really using your senses and your navigation tools to know how to engage. And that is what it means by the book. You're no longer just openly just giving of your energy freely anymore. It doesn't mean that you are miserly and stingy with your energy. It just means you're very discerning. You are feeling, okay, this is a space where I can give this energy. This is a space where I can be here. No, I'm not even going to do that anymore. Even if somebody might want to introduce you to someone else, like, hey, you should really meet this person. You might say, no, thank you. And they might think, what do you mean? I think you guys will get along. And like, I'd rather really meet people organically through flow, not through third parties. And it's not because you're judging the person, but it's also just doesn't feel right. And you'd rather it be organic. If it felt right to meet the person, okay. But even then you feel, more organic. You prefer source meeting source, and source doesn't need to plan and contrive meetings. Source just, the meeting simply flows. It's fluid. It doesn't need to be forced, doesn't need to be actioned for the meet. The meet simply is, and then the actioning within the meet happens after the meet already has occurred, if that makes sense, beautiful Pisces. So all relationships really being aligned through source, okay? And you are really feeling that quite profoundly. And this can be in romantic relationships, family, friends, colleagues, companions, workplace, whatever it is. It's not only in romance. It's all relationships, all relating, strangers, everything. Indecision here comes where you are in this situation. Source is saying, just be aware that you choose that which aligns to source, because sometimes it can be somebody who means a great deal with you, for a great deal to you. So you are more tempted to go and say yes if you're feeling the no. And that makes you indecisive because you really need to, you really feel like, no, I need to stay. But then you're also thinking, but maybe I should go and, just spend a little bit of time there. Then I can leave early, or, I really don't want to disappoint them. And Source is saying it's really imperative that you do that which aligns with you. 8, infinity as within, without. That which is aligned within, allow that to align without. This is the healing, and your decisions. Your decisions at this time in Taurus is very important. It's setting the tone for the new relationships coming into your life. Should you still be giving the physical priority? So your internal compass says no, and yet you're overlooking it because you don't want to disappoint somebody else, because you're people pleasing, or you're just doing it out of guilt or obligation. Then you're attracting those who will operate in that frequency in the future. But should you now remain firm with no, even though the other person might be disappointed, no matter what it is, you're just really aligning with what feels, because you know the kind of beings you actually really want aligned with you. You can feel it. And so you are just sticking your gun, saying, I'm going to stay here, because I know I'm new, I'm reborn. So all of those relationships, as much as they meant a lot, they no longer really exist. I'm now to attract new relationships. And as much as I love all those beings and they're still in my life, I understand they're still operating in the illusion. So no matter how well their intention is, no matter how high their intention is, it's still operating up some source. So it's not really in the purification, the purified, the truth. It's still based within illusion, a bit of fear. And you want it to be complete truth. You don't want it tainted with fear, tainted with illusion. You want it to be completely clear through source. And so for you to really just anchor in that energy and to hold that space, then sets the tone for the relationships and the interactions you're going to be bringing into your future, whether it is a companion, a friend, a relationship, even maybe future work colleague, future work partner, whatever it might be. Okay, very interesting. But the Venus energy in the Taurus season is coming strongly for you, and it's really yes, of course, your security and your stability. Also, you'll learn. Taurus is limitless. It's not only, this isn't the only thing you are learning, but primarily relationships. That is what you are really going through. And if you are in, and look, there's another elephant here with the wand. And should you be, should this be family or people you live with, again, You are being in complete presence, and you're no longer betraying what you feel in order not to disappoint them. And it is not out of you being selfish or manipulative or mean. You're just simply saying, that doesn't feel aligned to me, so I'm not going to do it. And in that way, you are able to manifest new ways of co-creating in the space of home or company or whatever it might be. Okay, let's pull some tarot. You are just calling in a higher frequency of companionship. Chariot, breakthrough. So yes, you're moving forward. You are having a breakthrough when it comes to relationships and how you deal with people. You are seeing how you're no longer people pleasing. It might surprise you that you have more power to say no, that you have more power to stand your ground, or just to observe people and their behaviors and their reactions, and you understand where they're coming from, and you're no longer taking it personally. You're no longer feeling it a dig to your character. You are standing your ground. You are no longer shifting to try to please people. You are just observing, and it's quite a big breakthrough where you used to perhaps people please and bend to their will and, make them feel good, make them feel okay. You're simply just holding the space and understanding that's not my stuff and taking it back. That's not my energy and releasing it back. Or you are no longer engaging in this person or that experience or that experience, or you're saying no to that, or you are really having a major breakthrough in how you are co-creating in relationships. Because as soon as you're in a relationship, Pisces, you tend to overlook situations which you wouldn't overlook with a stranger. We really learn this quite a bit. How we create with any of you in my universe or one-on-one clients, when we are with you, we always within truth, even if the truth might be uncomfortable to hear. Boom, we say it, we're there, we're clear with it. And we noted in the beginning that in friendships we were not really as open because we were afraid of how they would react. So we wouldn't ever say anything which wasn't true, but we might not maybe say everything. We would just hold things back because we didn't want to murky the waters. But now, as we are with you, we are with them. So we are no longer compromising on our truth simply because we have this feeling, this closeness with them. And that's what we tend to do, right? As soon as there's a friendship or relationship where we would say no, we would set boundaries, we don't. We sort of become more flexible. And now you're no longer doing that. You're allowing yourself complete presence, complete source in all relationships. And it's a major breakthrough because you're no longer letting yourself be influenced by others or fall prey to narcissism or manipulation, guilt, obligation, limitation, abuse, any of those energies. You're no longer co-creating in those frequencies. You're standing your ground in all relating energies. And look, Wheel of Fortune finally allowing you to create relationships and experiences which align with you, and not only in just in terms of social aspects, but also in your abundance, in your health, in your well-being, in all energies, right? Because whether it's for work, whether it's for home, whether it's for health, you engage with people, you engage with communities, and now you're finally aligning with high frequencies of those vibrations. So even in your work, even in your health, even in your just everyday experiences, you are receiving higher frequencies of abundance, of clarity, of manifestation, of beauty, of engagement, of blessing, of healing, of being. And of course, relationships that finally honor the source you are as you honor the source they are. It is source creating. Good luck and good fortune. Just the people you're meeting, just leading to more experiences. They meet you and their life is so much like you. They meet you and their life literally becomes better. It becomes more love. Your energy heals. Your energy activates your energy, inspires, it shifts them. And when you meet them, the same thing. It's not you being the one always raising, and then when you meet people, they pull you down. Now when you meet them, they raise you up and you raise them up, and not because there's effort. Your energy simply organically raise frequencies. Wow. And there we are, look, with the Nine of Cups energy, you are satisfied with these relationships. Look, underneath the Companion card, you are satisfied, you are happy, you are safe. In the physical, you feel safe, you feel open, you feel like a wish fulfillment, they feel like a blessing. Soul companion, soul co-creation of the Cups energy. Look at that basket, you're full, you're satisfied, there's plenty, there's so much richness and depth in these relationships, in these companionships. You are finally aligning with frequencies and vibrations which radiate with you. And Source is saying, yeah, some of you might not be physically engaging in these beings yet, but you are laying the foundation. The foundation is energetic. Because understand, those people, just like you, are complete within presence of Source. So in order for you to align with them, you must align with complete presence of Source in your way of being, in your expression of being, in your discerning. Because when they meet you, they wish to also feel safe. And should you be discerning about the engagement and how you be to align only with Source, then of course they're safe, as you're safe in their frequency. Because you know, even when you leave them and they co-create with others, they're not going to tether other energies, because all the relationships are binding, right? So if they are now co-creating with others who are low vibing, it's a tether to that frequency. So every single being they're co-creating with is high vibing, is present in Source. Every single being you're co-creating with is high vibing. So all the networks, all the frequency connections from that connection, high vibing, every single being is only co-creating with those who, or in that kind of way, in that binding companionship way, present in Source. Because of course you're going to co-create with many people, and a lot of people who are not aligned, who are not really creating in presence of Source, and that's okay. But there's a difference between this person I bump into and we chat for 10-20 minutes and then we release and you never really see them again, or a person who you decide, hey, now let's form a bond, let's form a companionship. That is binding. And for those kinds of connections, you are really discerning on where you wish your frequency to be, and you're really awakening more and more and more to those around you and how they be, and whether they are really who you wish to tether to in that sense. But it's leading to this Nine of Cups, satisfaction, happiness, wish fulfillment. Look at this, the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles. So Ace of Pentacles first, new physical manifestations, and the Wheel of Fortune is mirroring the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. So new physical manifestations, new physical relationships, new physical companionships, new physical manifestations which honor you, honor your value, honor your truth, honor Source. They are present within Source. And the Lovers with the Chariot, beautiful energies. This is divine love, soul companions, twin flame energy. And what is twin flame energy? You are Source and you are present. You are complete presence. You are completely present within Source and engaging. They are completely present in Source and engaging. Thus you are love, they are love, love co-creating. That is the twin flame, soul flame frequencies. So it is you co-creating with everyone who is in the presence, complete presence of Source and then. And obviously we're all still learning, so we all have moments of of shifting and learning and indecision and coming back. So it's not this crazy strictness, but it's overall their awakened intent is to be Source at all times. They're aware when they're not in Source, and they do the work to come back into that space. They're not aware that they're not aligned and then leave themselves unaligned. They're aware, and then they do the work to come back to alignment immediately because they feel uncomfortable not being aligned within Source. So this is you now co-creating with those beings, a higher capacity of love. And this is the breakthrough. You're now finally recognizing the companionships you deserve, however they manifest, whether it's romantic, friendships, colleagues, work, partners, strangers, even the random stranger who meets you, you wish them to be in alignment. It doesn't mean now it's going to be a lifetime bond. It just means you're really discerning your energetic frequency and doing it by the book. You are not in the indecision wavering, even if it might affect or impact the person in what they perceive in a negative way, where they might be sad or disappointed or try to use guilt or manipulation or a false sense of loyalty. You're no longer interested in that being an excuse for you betraying the frequency you know you wish to attract in this beautiful world, because you've healed a great deal through relationships. And you can see it here, 3 major arcana cards, right? And 2, 3, actually 4, really indicating a powerful breakthrough, a powerful breakthrough, a powerful blessing, a powerful positive shift in the frequency of your relationships, because you're no longer settling for less. You're no longer giving people power over you. You're no longer letting other energies influence your core value, thus finally allowing you to that space of divine love, source creation in all experiences, including your relationships. Blessed be.